Well, we continue to ask the question, what does it mean to be the priest in my home? I'm talking to men, to husbands, and to dads. And you're responsible for a wife and perhaps even children. And God has called you to be the priest of your home. If you are a believer in Jesus Christ, your kids need your leadership, your godly leadership. They need your instruction. They need your training. They need you, period. And because God has made you the priest of your home. And it's your responsibility to raise successful children and to help them and get to where they need to be in life. So today I want to talk about I think it's number 16, or I guess it's number 17, but who's counting? Practical ways that you as priest of your home can help your children to be productive and take on responsibility and not slug off on things that they should be doing, not to be couch potatoes, not to be unmotivated. There are ways that we can help our children. And one of those ways is making sure that everyone in the home is responsible for something in the home. We call those chores. We call those taking on personal responsibility so that the whole thing functions in an easier fashion, in a day-to-day fashion. So today I want to talk to you about helping your kids to understand something, and that is this, that they live in that home, that they're enjoying the benefits of that home, a roof over their head, clothing on their back, food on the table, and other niceties of life, necessities. They're enjoying all that. And they need to share in the responsibility of that. That they're not there to be couch potatoes or to be served. Mom is not their maid. Mom is not their cook. And dad is not there to do the yard work and do all the things that include manual labor. So my recommendation as priest of the house is make sure that everybody's doing their share, that they're taking on the responsibility of home life, that they understand that to live in an environment like that is to participate in that environment and be a part of what happens there and make sure that thing becomes a well-oiled machine. For example, raise your boys in the right time to mow the yard. Teach them how to push a mower. Teach them how to start a mower. Teach them how to take care of a mower, how to change the oil, how to, whatever, all that practical stuff. And when they're old enough and it's safe enough, they should be out there mowing the grass, not you, Dad. Be the priest of your house. I'm not asking for slave labor here right now. I'm talking about responsibility and sharing the load together in what we call family. Frankly, when I was growing up, I had to do dishes once in a while. I had 3 sisters, but every once in a while, I was called upon to wash dishes. You know what? It didn't hurt me, didn't kill me. And today, we've got arrangement in my house. We have the empty nest thing going, but my wife does the cooking, I do the dishes. And you know what? I'd rather enjoy it. I'm glad I can help her out. I'm glad that I can be a part of keeping the house clean and keeping the kitchen up. And if I'm going to eat that food, then I should help clean it up, right? Just an example. But anyway, give your kids chores. When they're little children, put a chore chart on the refrigerator. Make a big deal over it. A check mark when it's done. But if it's not done, don't reward them. No rewards for laziness. No. If they can whine, squawk all they want to, no work, no play, no money. And they learn from an early age how to be responsible. You don't have to beat them up over it. Just teach them. Use all that stuff as tools to teach them. Teach the boys to make their bed. You wouldn't believe the homes that I go into where the beds are not made up, and they haven't been made up in you could tell, in months. Teach your children how to take responsibility in the daily chores, and teach them that it's not boring and it's not, I have to do it. No, none of that. It's a part of life. It's a joy. It's a responsibility that I gladly accept. And teach them how to assume responsibility, how to clean up after themselves. You know, I told a boy the other day, he was complaining about having to clean up his room. And I said, well, do you live in that room? Yes. Do you sleep in that room? Yeah. Then why would you not clean it up? Why would you not take care of it? That's not mom's job. That's your job. Mom is not your maid. And I don't like the way mom cooks. I get so tired of eating at home. Okay, you have two choices. Go hungry or learn to appreciate mom for the love and the energies that she pours into the kitchen. And by the way, mom's not operating a restaurant. You know, your home is not a restaurant. And I remember one night, and this is funny now, it wasn't funny at the time. I hated Brussels sprouts as a kid. Hated them. And every once in a while, my mom would serve Brussels sprouts. And I remember one night, I refused to eat my Brussels sprouts. I mean, I would not touch them. Well, my mom got in her idea. She said, you're going to sit there until you eat at least half of those. You're not going to bed. You're not doing anything. This was 6 o'clock at night. And at 9 o'clock, there were still Brussels sprouts on that plate. I mean, I had a point to prove. My mom, you know, Mom, you're wrong, and I don't have to put up with this. Well, 9 o'clock rolls around, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the family's in bed. Mom comes out and she says, well, you're not going to bed until you try those. And guess who won? Mom did. The end of that story is, funny part is I love Brussels sprouts as an adult, love them. But Mom was trying to make a point that you don't run the kitchen, you don't run the show here. You're going to do what you're told. You're going to respect me. I am not your cook. I'm your mother. And she didn't spank me. She just made a point. I sat there for over 4 hours because I refused to touch a Brussels sprout. And then she said, you don't have to eat anymore. You've eaten one. Point made. And as a little boy, I looked at her and went, what's that mean? I know now. She did me one of the greatest favors of my life. She showed me not only am I your mother, but I'm to be respected and loved and honored for what I do around here, and I'll treat you the same way. I'll give you the same respect, the same honor. We're all in this thing together. So I want to say, as priest of your home, support your wife as she divvies out assignments or chores or whatever, and you help, you aid in that situation. Teach your kids how to be responsible, how to love their home, how to care for their home, so that when they grow up, they can at least have a working knowledge of how some of that stuff works. And don't use it as punishment. Even though I felt like I was being punished over a Brussels sprout, in retrospect, I know my mom made a point that was well taken. And so when my wife serves Brussels sprouts to this day, I always remember that story. And I whisper, Mom's been long gone, but I say under my breath, thanks, Mom. Because you know what it taught me? It taught me to be responsible. And it taught me that I don't run the house and I don't know it all. And I need to respect my mother's wishes. There's so many avenues that you could go down here. But I want to say, as priest of your home, support your wife's decisions. Delve out the responsibilities. Make sure everyone's carrying their load, carrying their fair share. And don't let them get by with anything less. However you choose to do that. But do not promote laziness, irresponsibility. If they make a promise, make them honor their word. Make them keep their word. You're the priest of the house. You're teaching them valuable principles that will carry with them the rest of their lives. I think I know what I'm talking about. I hope you've enjoyed this.